Alright, what up, God Gamers? Welcome back to another daily visit with Banshee. Let's go over his inventory, what he has, what I recommend you pick up. And yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. Let's check out what he has for today. Ooh, okay. So he's got some interesting stuff. Some stuff he's been selling more recent, but is still kind of rare. Starting off with the Imperial Needle here with Impulse Amplifier and Wellspring. Not a bad perk combination. Impulse Amplifier is a little bit of a useless perk on a bow, I'm not gonna lie. It does increase your projectile velocity, although if I'm being honest, it's not very noticeable. Bows fire pretty much instantly anyways, but you know, it's not a bad perk to have. It does increase your reload speed of your arrow, so it is not the worst perk to have. It's kind of like having full auto on a gun right now. It's like, it's not completely useless, but it's like, you know, there's better perks to have. Wellspring, on the other hand, is actually a really solid perk this season, with abilities dominating the meta right now. Well, I wouldn't say dominating, but abilities are really strong right now. Specifically, grenades and being able to get extra energy on your abilities for getting kills with this weapon is actually pretty solid. I would highly recommend having guns with Wellspring, especially for just like general PvE content. Even higher end PvE content, it's very good. Moving on from that, we have Carbon Arrow Shaft and Straight Fletching. I probably keep Carbon Arrow, and then you have Agile Bowstring and Natural String. Probably keep Agile there, and then a Draw Time Masterwork just to get the snappiness down on this thing just a little bit more. It is a lightweight frame bow, which is the rapid fire frame, which is the lowest draw time, which is always really nice. These are my favorite types of bows, and I actually really do like this Imperial Needle. I would definitely recommend picking this up if you're a new player or if you just don't have a better one. It's a very solid gun, or very solid bow, sorry. Moving on from that, we have a Judgment of Kelgorath with Shot Swap Impulse Amplifier. This is going to be a skip for me today, guys. I almost never recommend this thing unless it has like Demo or Incandescent. It's just not that great of a... It's not that great of a glaive overall, but if you do want a good solar glaive, he sells this thing pretty much every day, so don't worry. There'll probably be a better roll tomorrow or even later today when the rolls change. Moving on from that, we have a Gridskipper with Heating Up and Frenzy. Ooh, this is going to be in the title and thumbnail. Guys, this is really solid. I love the Gridskipper. I love the 540 RPM pulses. They are really solid, and they're personally my favorite. They are really good for both PvE and PvP with anti-barrier pulse rifle this season. It's very, you know, good in higher end PvE, and then you can also just have some fun with it in like general PvE or even PvP if you really wanted to. This thing has a pretty nasty roll with Heating Up, getting you extra stability and accuracy, and improving your vertical recoil for final blows, which is always really nice. And then Frenzy, which is your damage buff that just sits in the background as you're in combat. Very solid. Highly recommend this weapon. This is really solid. You also have Flared Magwell. I'd definitely run that. It will take your airborne effectiveness down a little bit, but who's really worried about that? It does decrease your magazine because it does have extended mag, but you can always throw a backup mag on there and get that magazine back up. We do also have Arrowhead Break and Full Bore. I'd probably run Full Bore, mainly because Flared Magwell is going to give you a bump in those stats, and Full Bore will take a little bit away, but Full Bore is going to give you the maximum range potential with this thing. So yeah, I would highly recommend putting Full Bore on this, and then you have a Handling Masterwork just to make the weapon feel a little bit better. This is a very solid roll. Definitely recommend picking this up if you're a new player. This is a very old pulse rifle. The only other way you can get this right now is from either Zur or Starhorse when Starhorse sells it. So this is, you know, one of those guns to pick up if you don't have a better one right now. Moving on from that, we have an Enigma's Draw with Full Auto Demo. I don't really want to recommend you guys pick this up. It does have Demolitionist though, and this doesn't seem like a terrible roll. But there's that Full Auto perk I was talking about. Kind of useless now because we have a Full Auto mod that you can put on any single weapon you want. But you know, Full Auto, it's not terrible to have. It is kind of nice. The Enigma's Draw, with it being a precision frame single fire, you know, I guess Full Auto could be kind of nice. It is a little bit slower firing though. And then Demolitionist, you guys know it's my favorite perk in the game. You get your grenades back so fast when you use a gun with Demo. It's just really solid. Although this gun itself, the sidearm is not the greatest. Although I did hear in the woodworks that sidearms are getting a buff next season. So you know what, if you want a good sidearm with Demo, maybe it'll be really good next season. Pick it up. It is kind of an oldie. It's from Season of the Worthy, which is just about 3 years old now. Moving on from that, we have Ricochet Rounds and Flared Magwell. I'd probably honestly run Flare. Ricochet is probably pretty nice in this, and it does increase your range, but I'd honestly rather just have the extra reload, and it's not that big of a hit to range, so I don't really see the problem. And then for sights, you have Control SAS, and then you have Target SAS. I'd probably run Target just for the range, and then you have Handling Masterwork. So overall, not terrible. Moving on from that, we have our class-specific swords for the day. We have Crown Splitter with Relentless Whirlwind. I'm actually going to pick this up. I normally never recommend you guys pick these up, but if you're a Titan and you see this roll, this is actually a pretty nasty roll. You do have an Impact Masterwork. You have Hungry Edge, Enduring Blade, and Tempered Edge. Probably run Tempered Edge to get the sword damage up, or the impact up. And then you have an Impact Masterwork. You get Heavy Guard, and then Relentless Strikes and Whirlwind Blade are like the 2 best perks you can get on combination for a legendary sword, especially like Falling Guillotine. But you know, this one, I'm just going to pick it up just to have it. Not a terrible one. And then, yeah, that's going to do it for the daily weapons today, guys. I'll go over the weekly stuff that I recommend you should pick up. The Arvandil is actually a really solid regular fusion rifle. It's a stasis fusion rifle. It can roll with chill clip, and it does not have chill clip, but Zur is actually selling a chill clip rocket right now, so I recommend you guys pick that up over this, because this does not have chill clip. Moving on from that, we have a 7 Seraph Officer Revolver with rangefinder redirection. Guys, this is a really solid roll on a pretty, like, it's an older gun, but they've kind of reprised it a little bit by putting it in Spire of the Watcher, but this is a solid roll if you don't have a better one. The Ogma is also not terrible stats for all Dragonfly. I wouldn't recommend this for, you know, higher NPVE content, but, you know, this is just like a general fun one. Solar Pulse, you know, anti-barrier. Stats for all is a great perk, and then the Dragonfly on top of that, not terrible. And then the hand-in-hand shotgun with Slide Shot Trench Barrel. You do also have Full Choke and a Range Masterwork and steady rounds in this thing. So I've definitely run these two, and then get that range masterwork up, and you'll have yourself a pretty good aggressive shotgun for PvP. You know, it's not the best. I'm not going to sit here and say this is the new meta shotgun, although this is actually a really solid roll. If you are a new player and you want a good PvP shotgun, definitely recommend this one. All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for the Banshee video today. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you, and yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. All right, bye.